What up? How's everybody doing this evening? We're gonna get started here. We gotta start our watch parties. But let us get started real quick. Let's get on here, go home real quick. But we just want to see how everybody's doing. We're actually live from our Live, Love, Laugh page.
Live, Love, Laugh page.
That's old. All right, so, ooh, that was kind of scary.
What was that?
That means that cut off. There we go. All right, so how do you start a watch party, babe?
I'm about to show you.
I'm talking about from like right here. So, hey, Melissa Boyd is on here. Long time no see, girl. What's good? I'm sorry.
There we go.
All right.
Yeah, Live, Laugh. I gotta go. And then I'm trying to show him.
Click on it. All right. So, hey, Melissa.
To do a watch party. Hey, Melissa.
So, Melissa, how have you been?
This video.
How have you been today? How have you been since the last time we actually got a chance?
Share.
Go here.
Push share, and then you go to watch party.
What?
Give us a minute, girl.
Public. And then where's watch party? I know it's been a long time no see.
No, we missed you.
It won't let me.
Are you on your regular page?
Now, hold on, let me get out of this. Go here. Let me get out of that. So, what we've been doing is we've been really, honestly, just really enjoying each other in this moment, in this time of crisis, and just trying to continue to make sure that what
I meant to do it. I did mine wrong. Go ahead.
Lord Jesus. But what we've been doing is we've been trying to make sure that everybody is safe in this time, and just making sure that we can reach out to all of our followers. I think that's the biggest thing for me, is just making sure we reach out to all of our followers. Make sure our followers know that we're still here. We got followers on both of our pages, but we also got followers that are on the Live, Love, Laugh. And so we apologize to you guys, because we don't want you guys to feel like you guys are left out. Because I know some of you guys, when you get on here, you're like, oh, they were live yesterday and we didn't know anything about it. So we wanted to say thank you to all the ones that have subscribed to our page. And want to let you guys know, hey, we still here. We do have a topic for you guys. I hope you guys saw the topic. It's a juicy one. It's a juicy one. So she's trying to figure out how to do a watch party so that everybody...
I'm the one who told you how to do it.
Well, how did you do it?
What did you...
I've been trying to do it.
Share.
Okay, share. Share to your story and friends.
Push that.
That right here?
Yeah.
No, that's not it.
No.
Anyways, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm like stuck. Like Chuck.
But,
anyways, so, let's go ahead and jump into our topics. Oh, no. Actually, what we're going to do right now is we're going to actually show you guys how you guys can actually follow us. So we have several platforms. Our first platform would be our podcast, which our podcast, you can find that on Anchor, which is the Live, Love, Laugh. That's our podcast, and it's on Anchor. You can find us on YouTube at David&Mary Heiston. And then our Instagram, DM Heiston. Not the DMs, like somebody in your DMs, but DM is David&Mary Heiston. So DM Heiston on Instagram. And of course, Facebook as
Oh,
well.
now he wants to give me one. You done took all over, but you want to get Facebook. Go to our, well, if you already, we are on our Live, Love, Laugh page. So Facebook is Live, Love, Laugh.
Yeah, it's Live, Love, Laugh. And look, guys, we're not trying to take over, but we're trying to take over. But no, we just really we want everybody to understand that we are here. We are trying to do the best we can to make sure that everybody feels welcome to come and enjoy it. If you have something that you have to say to us, you want us to pray for you, you need advice on anything, feel free to hit us up in our inbox.
Yes. What you do is you go to Live, Love, Laugh. You're on your page. You go to on the side where you started go to that second thing.
Just right here.
Go to that. Then you push share. And then it'll say, oh, yours is different. His is different than mine. Okay, so you guys.
All right, so while she's doing that, I gotta go. I'm gonna go and get my other thing, my other device. Go ahead. So we apologize. We know you're gonna do it like this.
I told him to get everything we needed before we even started, and he said I got everything. He was just so ready to get on here, and now he got to go somewhere and go get his love. I hear him talking stuff. But we're going to recap of what we talked about Sunday. Sunday, we talked about why men don't give second chances. And we had a pretty nice outcome. A lot of people gave their comments. We got phone calls afterwards. Everything. And so we were asked to do a part 2 of what we did Sunday. And so we're doing a part 2 of what we did Sunday, but we're adding to, and what we have on there what did you say?
All right, so the first one that we're talking about that we have.
I already said that. I'm talking about what we're talking about, what we're adding to it.
Oh, what we're adding to it. Let's talk about right there. It says, I do, I don't. And the second one was what the recap. And that's why men don't give second chances. And the last one was what? It's right there, baby.
Forgiveness.
There you go.
And
Forgiveness.
well, you didn't add communication on there, so
and communication.
But we talked about communication too. He didn't put that on there. He'll put that on there later. But when we talked about that, like I said, we got a lot of good comments out of there. You know, feel free to say. Except one from her. What are you talking about?
Accept a friend request. Are you talking about a friend request? Are you talking about a video?
What you talking about?
What you talking about?
But if you have any questions or you have any comments or whatever that you would like to, if you want to say, have any comments or whatever, just feel free to go ahead. What we like to do on this Live, Love, Laugh page, or even on our pages, is we like for everybody to communicate. We like for, because a closed mouth don't get fed. If you don't open up your mouth and talk about the situation, if you don't open up your mouth and speak, what's going on in your life, we're not asking for your business, but we do ask that you communicate, because, like I said, a closed mouth don't get fed. And a lot of times people are quiet, and when they when they go to church, they go to church for something, but when they leave the same way that they came in, because they don't give it to God. They don't give whatever it is that they have to God for real. They take it back with them. And sometimes you want questions, she said a phone call about okay, listen, call me. But a lot of times, people, like I said, people they have questions and they have concerns, or they have, something that they want to get off their chest, but they don't say anything about it. And they be like, well, instead of being on the other side of the screen saying what you got to say, just say it openly. Huh? Say it openly. Just go ahead and just, say what's on your mind. Don't hold it. Don't hold it in, and because when you get off, once you get off, we listen. We don't hear what you got to say. Nobody. The same problem that you have when you got on is gonna be the same problem you have when you get off. Especially if you don't open up your mouth.
Right.
But we talked about why men don't give second chances, and my thing was, I said that men don't give second chances because they are not built just like women. We can forgive and forgive and forgive and forgive over and over again, but a man holds on to stuff. They don't forgive. They say they forgive, but they hold on to stuff, and they don't. If a man mess around on a woman, we always forgive them. Do we stay with them all the time? No, because sometimes people they're tired of getting messed around on or whatever. But the majority of the time, women we forgive. But Sunday when we were on here, some of the men were like, "No, I can't forgive because I don't want nothing. I don't want no other man's thing in my woman and all that stuff." But we're like, "Well, what about you? If you messed around on the woman." And you're asking her for the forgiveness, and she forgives you. Why does it go for her, but it doesn't go for you?
Mm-hmm.
So that was our question. Hi, Quintella. That was our question. Sunday.
Right.
Was why is it that men are so quick to say, "I can't. You lie to me. That's it." But y'all lie over and over and over again.
Mm-hmm. Really. And this is the thing. This is what I got from it. This is what I took from it. I took that a lot of men, the reason why it's hard for men to forgive is because men's egos get in the way of a lot of decision making. Mm-hmm. And when a man's ego ends up getting in the way, a lot of the times there goes the communication, there goes the understanding, there goes the love, and they're thinking only about themselves. Basically, they're thinking selfish. And so when you come to men, a lot of the times we are selfish. I'll be honest. Sometimes I can be selfish because I think about myself. I think about only my needs. And with women, a lot of women, they're nurturers at birth. They nurture. Mm-hmm. For men, a lot of us men, we are protectors, we are providers. We're the ones that go out and work, find jobs to protect our to provide for our family and protect and have shelter for our families.
And women, we do both.
Well, yeah, women do both. Now I'm not saying
because we're forced to do both.
But you're forced to do both. But with who's in order when you're talking about taking care of the household. It's the man's job to take care of the household. It's the man's job to do those things. But when men don't step up to the plate and do their rightful duties, then that forces the woman to go out and do that. So you're talking about people that have grown up a certain way that when they learn things, it's hard for them to break it.
She said, I was just about to say their ego. You're right. It's their ego. And
sometimes, and let's also go back to saying, in this recap, I'm thinking about things like, going into situations, you're right, you're wrong. One of the things I love about us is we don't go into situations. We don't go into situations thinking that she's wrong, I'm right, I'm wrong, she's right, or I'm right and she's wrong. We go into the situation to where we're talking about, hey, something happened, we got to deal with it. It's got to be dealt with in a way that doesn't make her feel like the way that she feels is nonchalant. It doesn't matter to me. Going into this situation, understanding that we need to work on this so that we can do better.
You want me to say something?
Mm-hmm.
I forgot what I was gonna say. You go ahead.
So understanding, like, for real, because for men, it's like, I know when I was younger, before I got in this relationship, it was hard for me to forgive.
Ooh.
I but it was something. It wasn't anything that she did. It was hard for me to forgive because of where I had came from and what I had went through. And it wasn't so much as that she had did anything that I needed to forgive her. It was just, I just looked at her as, okay, all right, don't hurt me. I don't want to be hurt. I don't, I want to be able to talk about things that bother me. If something bothers me, I need to be able to come to you as my wife, as my significant other, and be able to communicate effectively to the point to where it doesn't seem like I'm talking at you or you're talking at me, but we're talking together in this dialogue that makes sense for both of us, not just one person.
And a lot of times when he would come to me, like if it's something that was bothering him, like I said, like he said, it was not necessarily me, but if it was something that was bothering him, I did not look at him as being a punk for expressing his feelings, or whatever. I didn't look at him like okay, what you going through now? Because I came in with some issues myself, and so we were talking to each other. And I was speaking life to him. I was building him up, and he was doing the same to me. Sometimes him building me up, it wasn't working. I ain't gonna lie. I was just like, okay, And he didn't join me in my pity party. And I thank God that he didn't join me in my pity party because I would have been like, okay, I don't want nobody that's going to agree with me. I want somebody that's going to speak life to me and encourage me. So he didn't join me. He was like, listen, we're not going to stay here. All right, now, come on. You're going to get back up. All right. He spoke life to me and he encouraged me. And before you know it, I was laughing and we was laughing and talking and joking and all that stuff. But once I got what I had to get out, he listened to me. That's one thing. A lot of times people say, if you ever need to talk, if you ever want somebody to talk to, I'm here. I'm listening. And right soon as you start talking, instead of them for real listening, they cut you off and they start telling you what thus said the Lord. And they start telling you all kind of stuff. They turn it around to them. And at that moment, you didn't really want that conversation for them to tell you anything. You just need a listening ear. And so what I can truly say about my husband is that I talk his ears off. I will talk his ears off. And then I'd be like, you listen to me? And he's like, yes, I'm listening to you. I'm like, well, you ain't saying that. Well, I'm not supposed to say anything, babe. I'm listening. That's what you wanted me to do, right? I'm like, yeah, but I want you to at least say something. He's like, no, I'm going to listen to you. Because if both of us talking, somebody ain't listening. And so he listened to me. He listened to everything I had to say and get it all out. And then he ministered to me. He didn't make me feel like, oh my God, you got all these problems. You just full of drama. Oh Lord. He didn't make me feel bad about the decisions or whatever that I was talking to him about, whatever I made, however I felt. He didn't make me feel bad, and vice versa. When he talks, I listen. And the only time I cut him off was when he say something, and I'm like, no, don't say it that way, because sometimes we can beat ourselves up. He's done me like that too. We can beat ourselves up. We can say things and I'd be like, no, you're a little bit too hard on yourself. And so we encourage each other and we speak life to each other. Do we have our knockout, drag out arguments? Yes, we do. And we always end up laughing at the end. Because one of us say something dumb, just stupid. I'll be like, that don't even make sense. But so, as far as forgiveness, we are both learning how to forgive.
Right. So my thing is with that is, when you're dealing with someone, like for instance, like with like when it comes to us, so many times, especially when you're talking about ministers, and this is going to the minister side of everything, and this goes both into a relationship and build a relationship with people. When you're talking about doing kingdom work, don't go into the situation ministering first.
Yes.
Listen. Ooh. So many times as a minister, as an elder of the church, I had that bad where, brother, I just need somebody to talk to. Well, God said that it's already done. In the name of Jesus, you just gotta, but the person can't get a word out because
You,
I'm trying to minister to the person before I'm listening to what the person really for real got going on.
yeah.
So because I'm ministering to that person didn't even get the chance to get out what was really going on with them. So we, as people, we have to understand that we have to listen before we minister 1st. When you're in a relationship and you're wanting to be, you're wanting to talk to your significant other, listen before you try to put your own advice onto things. Before you try to put your little 2 cents in,
Yeah.
listen to what's going on. Because you might be missing a big part of what
they
the
may
problem
be ready
is.
to commit suicide, and you done sit up here and missed it. You missed it, and then something happened, and then
Oh,
you
I didn't
like,
know.
I didn't know. Well, you didn't listen.
I didn't know. Well,
Listen to that person.
There you go.
Because it could be a life or death situation. You just never know.
Never know.
Especially what's going on now in this time, this crisis that we're going through. People need to, when they say they need to talk, they need to for real talk. And we need to for real listen. And stop being so religious and go straight to God. This is the thing. I told my husband one time I needed for him to minister to me. And he didn't go straight to the word. He didn't start, But I told him, I said, I need you to talk to me. I said, how did I put it? I need you to talk to me as if I'm about to jump off of a bridge without saying God. And he looked at me like, what the hell? I said, because some people are, and I wasn't just talking about just me. I wasn't talking about me, but some people don't go to church, don't know God. Some people are atheists, and you know what I'm saying? And here you are, they about to jump. And the first thing you say is God. They done jumped. Because they like, I don't even believe in God. So now what? So my thing was not to take God out of the picture. I don't want the religious folks. I don't want y'all to get all, like she trying to take God out of the picture. If it wasn't for the Lord on her side, where would we be? I ain't talking about that. I'm saying that I needed for him to minister. Because see, I know God. I could go to God myself. I could speak to God because he listens to me too. He listens to everybody. All you got to do is open up your mouth. But I wanted him to talk to me and minister. Well, minister without minister. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. Just talk to me without. Because it was one time. I'm gonna give an example. It was one time my husband had to play somewhere, and what was that, golf course? It was some golf place. He had to, and he got on the piano and started playing. And they was like, "Oh, you play?" He was like, "Yeah, I play." He was playing gospel. They had no clue what he was playing. And so he told them, my wife sings. And they was like, sing. So because I knew he was playing gospel, I'm like, they was drunk. They was like, we want you to sing. Come on. He was playing. They was like dancing to gospel. Didn't even know what he was playing. But I said, no, I don't want to sing. Because if I sing and I know that I'm, and they find out I'm singing gospel, they're going to probably be like, oh, she's messing up my high or whatever the case may be. And so the song that the song that my husband was playing, was, what was it? You Are My Strength.
Uh-huh.
And so he said, "You are my strength. You are my strength. Strength like no other reaches to me." Okay, so only way they know you're talking about God is if you say God. So he said, "Babe, you could have sung that song, and they wouldn't have never known what you were singing about." And you could have reached one person because of the way you sung it. He said, so don't ever miss the opportunity to sing.
Mm-hmm.
It don't matter what it is. It's how you sing it that can reach somebody. They were like, wow, that was a gospel song. That's beautiful. Made me want to go to church. You just never know. So that goes back to relationships. To me, you got to be able to you got to know how to minister to that man, minister to that woman without Jesus whooping them all the time. Because he know God. She know God. And if they don't, you supposed to be that person the woman is supposed to sanctify the husband.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to be that light. Okay, I'm done. You go ahead.
Oh, that was good.
I'm just saying.
I mean, but
I hope I didn't lose nobody.
no, you were right on point. Um, I think so many times we get to that point to where, especially us as Christians and children of God, that it's we only know how to reach people by Jesus whooping people. The Bible says this, da 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 da. Yeah, we know the Bible says this, and that. But sometimes people need to, for real, hear a genuine personal experience from somebody, from people. And that'll always be beaten up by the word. So many times that's where we lose people, where we want to beat them up with the word. Yeah, the word is the word, and the word is what saves people, because God is love, and love is God. But at the same time, you don't want to lose people by just
Because some people are not there yet.
constantly beating them up with the word. I know Jesus loves me. I know this, I know that. But how do I get over this sex addiction? How do I get over these feelings of hatred towards my brother?
Yeah.
How do I get over these things, these personal issues of being raped in the church? People don't know how to get over some of those things, so they, instead of Bible bashing them, you need to for real love them, for real show them love, like Christ did us. He came down, God sent his only forgotten son down to earth. You know what I'm saying? Not to Jesus whoop us, not to beat us over the head with the Bible, but to show us himself in human form. Like, I love you for real. I for real love you. So much that I lay my life down for you.
Yeah.
So that's the kind of love that we need to be showing people that are not Christ-like. Not saying that God wants you to go out there and lay your life down for nobody. All right, I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is you got to show people love, and that goes to any relationship that you have, both in church, outside of church, and in a relationship.
Yeah.
And co-workers, like your relationship with your co-workers. They should feel the presence of God when you walk in the building.
Yeah.
They should automatically see something different about you. So what is it that's different about you that is not like anybody else? Basically, what we're trying to say. Go ahead.
Okay, so I'm going back to the subject because we got off the subject a little bit. Now I don't know why I did that, but listen, we did. But I want to go back to the why men don't forgive.
And I feel like it's not so much as that men don't forgive. I feel like it's harder for them to forgive. They want to forgive, but they hurt.
I just think they can't forgive themselves.
Well, I think they're hurt.
They can't forgive themselves.
Well, I'll speak from experience. I cheated on this woman that I was talking to, and she turned around and she cheated on me. I was hurt. I didn't know how to forgive her because I was hurt.
Hurting others.
What she said, hurt people hurt others.
That's right.
So when you're going into a relationship or you're looking to go into a relationship, you have to understand, hey, look, if I hurt somebody, I need to, like, for real heal. They need to heal before I decide to go into another relationship or try to go and be with somebody else. Like, I need to heal. I need to find out what it is about me that is messed up, so that I don't take this into the next relationship.
Because my thing is, like you said, you messed around on somebody, and then she turned around and messed around on you, when y'all both could have just freed yourself instead of messing around on each other. That's just retarded. It's just like, why not free yourself?
Free yourself.
Go ahead and free yourself. If you don't want me, then don't talk to me.
No, but
so it's
seriously,
like, why not just free yourself? Instead of messing around. You mess around on me, I be playing tit for tat. You mess around on me, I'm going to mess around on you. Listen, you mess around on me, I'm done. Because I done been through too much hell. I done been through too much. I'm tired. I ain't got time. I can't keep going through the same
I've
things.
been through
Can't
too
keep going around in
much.
circles. You got me going in circles. Can't keep going around. So my thing is, if you're not happy with somebody, stop messing around and just free them. Free yourself, because it's too much energy. It takes too much energy for you to just, for you to mess around, and then you got to go and try to please this and fake the funk around this other person like you ain't did nothing. What you getting out of it?
Nothing.
I don't understand. So that goes to the I do, I don't. Why you say I do, huh? If you don't.
Right. I think also when you're talking about I do, I don't, which is our next subject, like she said, I do, I don't. Why are you in it? If you do, step up to the plate and do what you're supposed to do.
That's right. Okay, so somebody on
Is
my
that
page
on your
said,
page?
yes, on my page, she said, if you don't heal from the one that hurt you, you'll bleed on the others that cut you. Oh, that cut me right there. For real. You got to heal from the one that hurt you. And that ministered to me, huh? Because like I said, when I first got into this marriage, I felt like I was like, I'm healed. Oh, the Lord just he just healed me. He healed my mind. And soon as one little thing he did that reminded me of my ex, I was like, wait a minute. Wait, where this feeling come from? Where this come from? So what she said, if you don't heal from the one that hurt you, you'll bleed on the others that didn't cut you. I said it wrong the first time. That didn't cut you.
There you go.
That right there is a mouthful.
And it just goes back to the fact that soul ties.
Yes.
You gotta look. Healing takes with you first renewing your mind and your body, your mind and your heart, because the two of them work together. Your whole way of thinking needs to change.
Yes.
What's up, Melissa? You have to change the way that you're thinking, the way that you're moving, you're acting, especially when it comes to love. I remember when I was looking for a wife, I had to change some of the stuff that I was doing. If I didn't change some of the stuff that I was doing, I would have missed the boat when it came to my wife, because, the things that I was doing, it wouldn't have set right. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would have been out of order, and she would have been out of order if she would have accepted it.
Yeah.
So when we say I do, I don't.
Hurt people hurt others. Exactly.
There you go. Hurt people hurt others, and I was hurt. Like I had been hurt. You know, was it anybody else's fault? Not necessarily. Especially when you talk about yourself. Like, you can't worry about what everybody else is doing. You have to worry about what you're doing.
Yes.
Especially when you're talking about trying to find somebody that you're trying to be in a relationship with.
Yes.
Does that make sense? I mean, I hope I'm making sense to people, because, when we are talking our relationships, we don't want to say something and it don't sit right with you. If it doesn't sit right with you and you have questions about it, ask the questions.
Yeah.
Because these are points.
Please ask questions.
These are points that we're trying to help people get past, because what's happening is relationships are failing because lack of communication.
Yes.
No forgiveness.
Yes.
No understanding.
Yes.
No true love.
Yes.
Not the honesty part. It takes a big part.
A big part.
If you're not honest to the person, to yourself first, and then to the person, then you failed yourself. You failed the relationship.
Yes.
That's the first thing that you need to do, is be honest in the beginning. First, especially in the beginning.
Be true to thyself.
Be honest. Starting a relationship off on a lie.
My Lord.
It's not a relationship. You started the relationship off lying.
My thing is, when people mess around on each other, it's like, what made you say I do? To the point where now it's I don't. She said, and most of the time, you don't even realize you're doing the hell. Over disappointment, awesome, but for a woman.
Right. I mean, and Melissa, you make a great point. A lot of times people don't even realize what they're doing because it comes second nature. It becomes second nature. It comes their daily routine. Have you ever been around somebody that they lie so much that they just start to for real believe and live their lie? So that's what I'm saying. Like, be honest and be real in the beginning of the relationship. Like, for real, just be honest. Period. But just stop being fake. I believe more relationships would last if people would just tell the truth about where and who they are, where you come from, and who you really for real are.
Yeah.
Because people will respect you and love you a lot more for being real.
Yes. When I met him, he was like, "You just blunt. I'm just as ain't nothing I won't tell. If I talk about you and you come to me and say, I heard you said such and such about me. If I said it, I'm gonna say, oh yeah, I said that. Yes, I'm not gonna back down on nothing. I'm not gonna back down. But if I didn't say it, of course I'm like, no, I made it. Listen, I said it, but I didn't say it like that. Mm-hmm. And then I'll tell you how I said it.
Right.
I am not the one. Listen, I'm not the one that would talk about you and where I can't say it to your face. And so when I say stuff to my husband, he be like, you could have worded that different. He tell me you could have worded that different, and I'm just like, well, I'm sorry. I'm just a straight shooter. That's just the way it is. Sometimes some people can't take me. They don't know how to take me. So I'm like, either you're going to be my friend or you're not going to be my friend. It doesn't really matter. I mean, I'm just saying, because I'm going to be me. She said that most of the time you didn't realize. Oh, okay, that's the same thing. You made it bigger. Okay.
So, I mean, understand that if you get to a point to where you're starting to feel a person, or you're saying that you're wanting to be married, I was getting ready to write.
Well, because you keep doing this. You okay. A lot of stuff that irritates you.
So, understand that when you're starting to get ready to be with somebody and you're talking marriage, understand, go to that person. Be like, hey, is there anything that we need to discuss?
Yes.
Before we move on to this next step? Because this next step is very big, it's very crucial, and we need to be honest and we need to be truthful about everything. She said, Melissa came back and said, but for those who do lie about who they are, 9 times out of 10, they're not even comfortable with themselves. So therefore, they put on an act. That's very true.
Yeah.
And I talked about
this. A lot of actors.
I talked about this in one of our earlier videos. I think last week. I said, stop wearing your Halloween costumes on dates.
Come on.
Take your Halloween costume out and put it back in the closet. Halloween is over. It is we in December.
He said.
So many of you guys are walking around with Halloween costumes. People don't even know who you really for real are. So people have this facade of who you really are, and that's not even who you are.
Yes.
God is like, I'm tired of you walking around with this Halloween costume and people think that you're something that you really are not. God is like, people for real can't heal because they got a mask on.
Yeah.
God is like, I'm at your door and I'm knocking, but you won't let him in because your front room looks bad.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
But then when you do let him in, you let him in half of the room because the other half look dirty. But God is like, I accept you for who you are. Just be who you are. So when people see you, they'll be able to accept you for who you are. People can't even accept you for real for who you really are because you done put on a facade for so many years. People don't really know who you are. Some of y'all kids don't even know who y'all are. They're like, Mama, is that you? You done put every day, you done put on makeup, put on fake hair, put on...
No, I'm just saying.
Because
she said I wrote the book down.
You're putting on all this fake stuff to where people don't even recognize you. And how you look to God, you look like you're walking around with a Halloween outfit on every day.
Listen, this is what came to me. And I ain't about to put it on God. But we just talked about masks. Okay? We just talked about putting masks on. We are for real literally wearing masks every day. So we won't get this thing called COVID-19.
Wow. Yeah.
Listen. Some of y'all that's wearing this mask probably need to keep the mask on because you're toxic. Huh? So you need to keep your mask on because I don't want it. I don't want to be. I don't want what you got.
You're contagious.
You're contagious.
So then
And I dropped a pen.
So, and then you have to ask yourself, if for real, if you really want to, the book talks about putting on mask. I don't know what book she's talking about, but whatever it is.
It's a book for women.
Oh, it's a book for women.
So,
but understand this. Putting on your mask, I hear the question is, how, if I'm contagious, how do I get to a point to where I'm not contagious anymore?
Yes.
Well, for one, it starts with you, yourself. You have to be honest with yourself. What is it, too hot?
I think I thought I knocked it over.
No. You have to be honest with yourself. I need help.
Yourself.
It starts with you saying, you know what, I need help. And get yourself to a point or somewhere where you can actually be healed. The first thing starts with you telling the truth. Being honest about the situation. Because when you're honest about the situation can then be healed.
Yeah.
That you can then be helped.
Yeah.
Don't let nobody talk you out of going to counseling and getting help for yourself.
Yeah.
Sometimes we have to, as humans, we have to get it out. And a lot of times people say you got to go to a Christian counselor. There are good Christian counselors out there, but sometimes you just need a counselor, somebody that can help you deal with certain things that maybe a counselor that's only going to talk to you about Jesus Christ can talk to you about. Sometimes there's you may need medication. There's to help balance you out. There are some people that's schizophrenic and all that good happy stuff that needs balance. The chemical imbalance that they don't have, that they need it. So yeah, you need Jesus. You need Jesus. Yeah, we know we all need Jesus, but sometimes it's good to talk to someone outside of that as well as someone inside of it, so that you can get both sides, so you can get, if there's medication or something that you need to balance yourself out, you can get it. Acknowledge the truth about acknowledge the truth about where you are so that you can be free. A lot of times we're not free because we don't even acknowledge the fact that who we are. We don't even like who we are.
Yeah.
You first have to like yourself. If I don't like myself, how do I expect somebody else to like me?
That's right.
I can't be in a relationship with nobody if I don't like myself.
When I first met him, that was the first question I asked him. I said, do you love, first of all, I asked him, do you love God? Of course he did. I asked him, did he love, Steve took my water. I asked him, did he love God? He said yes. I asked him, did he love himself? He said yes. And I said, and really I just stopped right there. Because I said, if he loves himself, he can love me. Because most of the time, a lot of men can't love you the right way that they want to love you because they don't love themselves. How can you say I do and don't love your wife the way Christ loves the church? If you don't love yourself, or you say you love yourself but you don't love your wife, that's not scripture.
That's not biblical.
It's not biblical at all, and you're just out of order.
Right. And when you find so many people and so many organizations so out of order that it makes life hard. Like a lot of us are out here, we're making life a lot harder than what it really has to be.
Yeah.
Sometimes we sabotage our own selves. Yeah. So when you sabotage your own self, it's like you have nobody really to for real blame besides yourself. But a lot of times, instead of us saying, hey, you know what, it's me, we want to sit up here and we want to blame everybody else besides me, not realizing that it starts with me.
Yeah.
You got to start looking at the book of me.
Now, are we perfect? Absolutely not. Do we have our moments?
Yes.
Recently had one.
Mm-hmm.
Huh?
She punched me in my eye and stepped on my toe.
He's a lie. He done said, but now you lying. But we have our moments, and we're not perfect. So we're not getting on here trying to make it seem like we are
have all the answers.
the counselors.
Like the counselors.
We are
the counselors.
No, we not coming on here acting like we're telling you stuff that we done been through, or are still going through.
Right.
And so we're helping. We're trying to help somebody. You help us, we help you, huh?
Mm-hmm. I know there's a lot of people in here that know me from my past, know that, some of the things that I've been through and some of the things that I've even done and put some people through. The thing about it is that I've grown past that. It's a bad thing when you've done bad in the past.
Thank you. How you doing, Sharice? Go ahead.
You look back at the past only for people in your past to judge you off of what you did in the past, not realizing that you've gone past that. That happened like 10, 15 years ago. That's not even me anymore. Mm-hmm. But you have to get to a point to where you first have to heal.
Yes.
Once you heal, in your past is there, but it don't really affect you anymore.
Yes. Sharice, she said, thank you for being transparent. God bless you both.
Oh, thank you.
Sharice Booker.
Thank you.
I
Melissa,
know.
yeah.
Go ahead.
She said she has the book if you wanted to borrow it.
No, I'll
What's the name of it again? We can probably...
It's called...
we probably can get it
How
on
to
ebook.
Get Past the Disappointment. Ladies, if y'all want a book, she said it's a pretty good book for women. It's called How to Get Past Disappointments. And she said who it was by. I think she said Matthew somebody. I have to go back up there and look, but I know when I first got married to my husband, some people was like, "Man, you gonna have to be strong. I hope you strong to be with Mary," because especially my brother, you go, man, because my mouth alone, I don't have to put my hands on it. My mouth alone will, for real, my mouth. And so I'm learning. It's a process, everybody. I'm learning to not be so blunt. I try my hardest not to be as blunt or, because I can say some stuff that hurt people's feelings. And they be like, oh, well.
Yep. I mean, sometimes, but it just depends on where people take you.
Yeah.
Because I noticed like in the 2 years that I've known my wife and been with my wife, it's all in how people do her.
Yeah.
My thing with her is every action, it has a reaction, and what you give is what you get back. If you give love, you're going to get love back.
You're going to get a whole lot of love.
If you are disrespectful, 9 times
I
out of 10...
probably won't disrespect you, but I'm going to make you feel it.
You're going to get something back, but it ain't going to be love. Unless I'm probably there and I'm able to try to.
No, I still handle people. I think I still
but she's done,
handle people with love. I just hold them I just handle them with a long handle spoon.
Right.
I don't...
I've seen a lot of growth when it comes to my wife. And I'm not saying she was a villain when I first met her. She was cool. She was really like, for real, like the bomb.com. A lot of it was just people used to try to run over her. They would try to
still do.
They try to talk to her as if she
stupid,
like she said, and she's not. She's not done by a long shot.
I was nice.
Let them have it.
And then I said, listen, okay, now it stops right here. Because what's not going to happen? See, I used to be a fighter when I was younger. I
Still
refuse
is.
to fight being a Christian. Now, I fight with my words, but I'm not going to fight being a Christian. I'm not going to do that because I've come a long way.
Come along.
A long way. And I'm not going to let you take me backwards. I'm not going to let people take me backwards.
I refuse to let you
So
take
a
me
lot of
backwards.
times, I what is that?
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, y'all.
Ew.
Oh, I'm sorry. See, we supposed to be focused on this, and he's
I'm
doing
on
something else. He's
Facebook.
on Facebook, and that was nasty. What you just her lashes. Anyway, but um, I'm not always I'm not always like that. Like he said, you show me love, I give you love back. You show me disrespect, watch out. But yeah, but I'm not. I'm just not. I'm not for the mess. I don't have time for foolishness. I I don't have time for it. I cut it at. I don't have time to explain myself. I'm not going to explain myself because I'm an adult. I'm grown. I don't have to explain myself. I respect my elders, but sometimes the elders take it too far. They feel because they're your elder, they can talk to you in kind of way, and you be like, "Now wait a minute. With all due respect, mother,
What she said.
with all due respect, mother, let me tell you something." But we got off the subject again. But let's go back to the I do's and I
I don't.
don'ts.
I do. I don't. Like I said before, you are ready to, or you get ready to make that next step to I do. I don't. Um, Examine yourself on both
Yes,
sides.
both
You have
sides.
to be able to examine each other and tell each other where they are, where you are with them. Because
Yes,
if you can't tell your partner where you are with them, then there is something wrong.
yes.
There is something wrong when you can't say, "Hey, look, I don't agree with this here. I think this is something that we shouldn't do." But I do, I don't is something that we all need to take a look in the mirror and say, do I or do I don't? You know, um, honestly, in a relationship, you have to make some sacrifices and for real actually communicate and say what it for real really is about the person so that
Okay,
you
so
guys can get on the same page.
excuse me. Can I say something, please? Okay, because it's gonna leave my mind if I don't say it. But this is my thing to the I do, I don't. See, a lot of times, well, now in this time, a lot of people are writing their own vows. They're writing their own vows because they don't want to go by the old vows because the old vows says for better or for worse, for rich or for poor, in sickness and in health, till death do us part. So a lot of people are writing their own vows because they don't want to go by the for better or for worse part. And so that for better or for worse part, when you say I do, before you say I don't want it no more, you need to fix the situation. Remember why you married that person. Fix the problem. Don't be so quick to tap out when things don't go your way. You got to unlearn what you learned. That stuff that you was doing when you were single, you can't bring it to your marriage.
No.
Because you bring that mess to your marriage and then you done said for better or for worse and richer or poor and you break your vows. You're not breaking, you're not only you're this is something you got to answer to God. But you writing your own vows so you don't have to go by I don't have to go by all that. The for better or for worse. And the for richer for poor. See, the better or worse part, God didn't say when he said for better or for worse, he didn't tell you what your worst was gonna be.
Right.
He didn't tell you what it was gonna be. The thing is are you gonna pass the test? Are you gonna be able to be in it in your worst? for rich or for poor. He didn't tell you that y'all gonna be both rich. It may be one. You the devil. I'm gonna get you. He didn't say that y'all both gonna be rich. Cause one person could like now. I'm working, but I'm barely working. I'm barely working. And he's making the money. If he leave me because I'm barely working, or I leave him because he barely works, David style, because he barely working, then my vows didn't mean anything.
Right.
So guess what? I'm gonna love him. I'm gonna love him in spite of, and he's gonna love me in spite of, and we're gonna walk out these vows, huh?
Mm-hmm.
For rich or for poor. Sickness and health. He ain't telling you what the sickness or the health part. See, the thing is, I'm not gonna look at this. She's like so much. Y'all got to see what my husband is doing. He's over here making my face look like an alien. He's making me look like I got bags up under my eyes. That's the devil. He is making. You see how the devil? That's a spirit.
I don't know what she talking about.
You see how that spirit makes you get off track. Anyway, God, He don't. When you take those vows, it's not telling you what you're gonna go through. You can't see what you're gonna go through. But you're taking a vow. Mm-hmm. You're taking a vow to the Lord. So don't take it back. It's a song. I made a vow to the Lord and I won't take it back. Well, you made a vow to your spouse. Don't take it back.
Don't take it back.
Stick through that thing. If you was a fighter in school, be a fighter in your marriage. You go ahead and talk, cause see you're not focused now. We about to end this because you're not focused.
I am too focused.
No, you're not.
I am. The thing about it is, what we have to understand is this. In the midst of it all, we have to count it all joy. Through all the trials and tribulations that you go through in any relationship that you go through, you have to count it all joy.
Yes.
Understand, see, God has a plan for the marriage that you're in.
Yeah.
He put the two of you guys together for a reason. If it wasn't a reason for you guys to be together, you guys wouldn't be together.
No, I beg different.
Okay.
Some people are putting themselves in situations.
True that.
Some people ain't.
Let's talk about
that. Was not supposed to be together, and they made their lifetime. They made their season their lifetime. So we can't say God put them together. The only time we can say that God put them together because they made the vows. But we can't say that was that. You get what I'm saying? Sometimes your season, you try to make them your lifetime, and then you want to say, you want to have all these, you having all these problems. When you didn't seek God before you said, I do. Okay. I'm done. You stole my water, but that's okay. I'm thirsty. I'm about to die of thirst.
All right. So, like I was saying, there is a reason why God allowed you to get married once you got married.
No, but you said God put them together.
If God allowed you to get married and you went and you did the right vows and you did what you were supposed to do on your end, then yes, there was a reason why you guys got married. There was a reason for your marriage. Because God honors marriage. God loves marriage.
Yes, He honors marriage. I was going to say that. He honors marriage. Mm-hmm. Go ahead. You got an attitude?
I don't got no attitude.
I'm about to see him change. You got an attitude?
Y'all gotta see. Look, another thing. While you're in a relationship, do not aggravate your partner.
I don't aggravate you.
This woman sitting to my left saw me I was online. I was working this morning. I had just literally got out of class. I had another class that I had to go to.
Why you eat all my...
Are you ready to go? Babe, I got another class I gotta go to. Well, I'm ready to go, baby. Come on, let's go. I'm ready to go.
I didn't say it like that.
Then what she does, she goes and she gets her phone. Well, I'm ready to go. Oh, why are you looking at me like that? Babe, I told you I got another class. Are you frustrated? I'm not frustrated. I can't go right now. I got another class I gotta go. But you said you can work from the car. You can work from the car. Come on, let's go. I'm ready to go. Oh my God. Y'all look at how he's treating me. Oh my gosh. Oh my
I
God.
wanted a coffee.
Oh my God. He's treating me like this. Oh my God. Oh my God. He's treating me like this. And I'm sitting there, I'm just as calm as all outdoors.
He was rolling his eyes. No, y'all had to see him.
I was not rolling my eyes.
His eyes.
I was not rolling my eyes. She was irritating.
I wanted a coffee.
She was irritating me to irritation.
I told him, I said, well, I just go by myself. He was like, because we had other things to do. So that would have been stupid for me to leave and then try to come back and all. It would have been too much. And of course, I would have been petty and I would probably stayed a little bit longer. Probably would have got me something to eat.
But, which brings us to because we talked about forgiveness
and communication.
Understand this, guys. Look, leave your past in your past.
Leave the past.
We talked about this in another video, but divorce your past before you divorce your mate.
Yes.
Your past shouldn't have
came with you in the beginning.
Right. It shouldn't have came with you in the beginning, but understand this. And this is going to be a topic that we talk about later, I think. I want to say we'll talk about this topic later. How can you get your relationship back after someone in the relationship has cheated?
Oh, that's a good one.
There are so many people out there that have been cheated on in relationships, whether it be physical, whether it be mentally, whether it be just whatever form of cheating is cheating. It's a deal breaker, on so many levels.
My Lord.
How do you get back? How do you get back? How do you gain that trust back? How do you get back to the point to where communication is not I hate you communication? How do you get back to communicating effectively to where it's loving, not hate hate conversation?
Yeah.
So that's gonna be another topic. I want to that probably be the next topic, the next thing that we talk about. How do you get the love back after someone in the relationship has betrayed that
trust?
That trust. Yeah, go ahead.
No, I was just going to go back and say, go to our YouTube page, David&Mary Heiston, and go and subscribe. We don't have no subscribers. We got one subscriber, and it was us. I subscribed, and I was like, "Oh, we got a subscriber," and I went to it, and it was me. I tickled myself. So go to our page on YouTube and subscribe, and then share this video or whatever. And if it's something that y'all want to talk about, hey, hit us up in our inbox and let us know what give us a subject, something to talk about. And then when you're on here, it's okay to comment or whatever. We're not going to look at you no different. Even the ones that's behind the scene that's watching, that's not even showing that they on here, huh? We know you on here because when we get off, it says 100 and something people. And we got 4 people on here, but it says 100 and something people been watching. Even if you popped in and popped out, just say, hey, how are you doing? It's okay. It's okay. We ain't, what we going to do? Huh? But we want y'all to, interact with us when we're on here. Like I said, say hi, give some comments or whatever, and give us some subjects to talk about, or whatever. You help us, we help you, huh? Like I said, we don't know it all, but guess what? We're gonna sit here. We're gonna,
Talk it out.
we're gonna talk it out. We want to, what we want to do.
We want to look. We want to help. We want to help people reach those goals that they want in relationships.
I'm having a hot
The only way that we reach those goals is relation. Well, when it comes to relationships, is if we communicate effectively and love each other the way that God intended for us to love each other, and that's by, like I said, communicating effectively. I said that wrong, but communicating effectively and being honest, being real with each other.
Yes.
Stop putting on the fake mask.
Stop putting on the facade.
Being somebody that you are not.
Yes.
We got a bunch of fake thugs walking around here that couldn't fight their weight out of a barrel against a cat.
How you doing?
Who's that?
I don't know. Let me look.
So that's all we had to talk about today.
Terrence Terrell Copeland. Hi, how you doing?
Mr. Copeland.
Mr. Copeland.
If you want to listen to our video, go back, hit the rewind button, and rewatch it. You can watch it over and over and over and over again. Stay tuned. Our next topic is how do you get that relationship back after your spouse or somebody in a relationship cheats.
Go to YouTube and subscribe. David&Mary Heiston. Instagram, DM Heiston. Podcast, Live, Love, Laugh. And our Facebook page, which we are on now, is our Live, Love, Laugh page. Share our page with somebody. Huh? Oh, he said he was saying hi. He wasn't gonna leave you out. He said hi.
What's going on?
He said, "What's good, big dog? I'm not gonna leave you out."
So that's our show for today.
Yeah.
We love y'all.
Appreciate everybody that's on here. Then when we come back, like I said, like, share, and go and subscribe. YouTube, David&Mary Heiston.
Instagram, DM Heiston.
Podcast, Live, Love, Laugh.
There you go, baby.
All
That's
right.
it for today.
We love y'all.
Tune back. I don't know when we're gonna go back.
We don't know.
We'll let you know though.
All right, we'll let y'all know.
All right, love y'all.
Bye.